Hello students, how are you? I am Parv Gupta, back with another video. Today we'll be discussing about lesson number 6, that is introduction about the Bluetooth module and how it works when coupled to our microcontroller board. So let's get started. So this is the Bluetooth module that we know as HC05. It works on 5 volts and consumes about 30 milliamperes of current. Works on a 9600 default baud rate using the UART communication protocol. It costs around 300 rupees when you buy it in retail. So let's see how do we connect it to our WishTree board. First off, you need to connect the 5 volt pin to the V-in pin of our WishTree board. The ground pin goes to the ground pin. The TXT pin from our Bluetooth module goes into the GPIO 5 pin, where GPIO 5 pin acts as the receive pin. Now the receive pin from the Bluetooth module goes into the GPIO 4 of our WishTree board, which acts as the transmit pin of the WishTree board. This is how, by just using 4 wires, we can connect our Bluetooth module very easily. Not just our WishTree board, in the similar way you can also connect your Bluetooth module to the Arduino. Now let us try to understand the Arduino code that we have used. Here in the first line we have declared the software serial library that we use in order to define any other pin to use the UART protocol. Now we move on to the line number 2, where we define the pin 5 and pin 4 on the microcontroller side as RX and TX, that is receive pin and the transmit pin. Now we define 2 variables, that is the character B and character S, that we'll be using later. Now we come to the void setup, where we begin the serial board of Bluetooth and the serial board of the COM board in Arduino. We are using 9600 baud rate in order to communicate information between the WishTree board and the Bluetooth module. However, we are using 115200 baud rate to communicate the data between our computer and the WishTree board. Now let's go into the void loop. In line number 11, we say if any signal is available from the Bluetooth module, that is the Bluetooth wants to transmit something. Suddenly we read what it's transmitting and print it on the serial monitor. And in line number 17, as we can see, if we are sending some data from our serial port from our computer, our WishTree board reads it and prints it through the Bluetooth onto our smartphone. So this is a very simple code of a Bluetooth messenger. So let's upload it and get started. All you need to do now is open the Google Play Store, and now you can download any terminal application. Like I'm downloading Bluetooth terminal HC05. Now go in your smartphone device settings, scan a new device named HC05 in the Bluetooth settings. Once connected to the HC05 module in the Bluetooth settings using either the password 0000 or the password 1234, you are ready to connect. So now again open the app and select HC05. Once you do so, you will be introduced about some getting introduction, and now as we can see, we have opened the serial communication port on the computer as well as our smartphone. As you can see, it works as a very great messenger. The messages are transferred through the Bluetooth to the WishTree board and through the wire into our computer. Now this can act as a very great messenger for very brief communication or just as a hobby project. So now let's move on to another project. Now what we will be making is a Bluetooth based LED control switch. So now you can turn on and off an LED, and not just the LED on this board but any load using the relay in your home. But for the sake of simplicity, let's stick to the LED and try to turn it off and on. Similar to the previous project, will be using most of the code, but there will be quite a few changes in that. So now as you can see, we have declared the software serial port in line number 1 and 2. Now in line number 3 we declare a character B, and then we declare the LED pin. That is the pin that is attached to the red LED on our board. Now we move on to the void setup part of the code. We have declared the 9600 baud rate for Bluetooth communication, 115200 communication baud rate for our COM port, and here we declare the pin LED pin as output. So now we move on to the void loop part of the code. If Bluetooth not available, that is, if Bluetooth is sending some signal, our device will become active and go into this loop. Here as you can see, B is equals to Bluetooth dot read. That means the data that is available from Bluetooth will be stored into the character B, and we go and print out the character in the serial monitor of our computer. B is 1, that is, if the B character is 1, we turn on the LED and we print LED on. If the B is equals to 0, that means we turn off the LED, print LED off in our serial communication port on our PC. So let's try to upload the code and let's see how it works. Again, using the similar application and connecting it, we can either send those commands, that is 1 and 0, manually, or program the buttons like I am showing you right now in order to send the command 1 or 0 whenever you press that button. Now you can just use these two buttons in order to quickly turn off and off not just an LED on the board, but also if you wish to upgrade using the relay module, you can turn off an entire LED bulb or a fan or any load like that. Thank you students, this was it for the video number 6 in the video series tutorial of your intermediate kit course. Hope you have enjoyed this video. So we'll meet next time with a new video.